Welcome everyone. We're here with another episode of Willow Street Hope. I'm here with my man Noel Sosa. How are we doing today?
Oh man, doing good, brother. Good to be here with you. Always good to be in your company. Thanks for having me, and glad to talk a little bit.
Definitely. Well, so tell us about yourself and you just growing up, where you're from, and what you're currently doing, and just
Yeah. So Noel Sosa originally grew up in the South Texas area. Originally, that's where I was born and raised. Corpus Christi. Spent some time in Houston. South Texas kid.
you rock with like Millionaire.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
King Cooper. Shout out.
Yeah. Shout out to King Cooper.
Good dude. And has come a long way himself. But yeah, man, absolutely grew up there. Spent a number of years in Oklahoma City, and in the last few years here in Northwest Arkansas, which I absolutely have enjoyed. It's been a change of pace, but one that I really appreciated. And here just got a promotion here at the job recently. New general manager at our company, Perry Broadcasting of Arkansas. So glad to be here, doing good work, trying to make some positive strides and make some positive things happen here for our community and for our company.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Yeah, that's really cool that everything that you're doing over here. And by the way, Noel is always he's always been there in the community here in Northwest Arkansas, and has always been a supportive person of just the things that we do, in particular in homelessness around here, and we really appreciate that. So
man, and just let me take my hat off to you and the work that you do in that field, man. It's one of those situations, especially here, where things are thought to be, pretty well off. And don't get me wrong, I mean, I think Northwest Arkansas is unique in the presence of abundance, but there are definitely people who do not reap those same benefits. There are people who are struggling, hurting, and as the area grows, obviously, so come some new challenges for people. Prices go up. It costs more to live in an area that continues to get bigger and bigger. So people can be caught by surprise. And truth is, I've always been very conscious of the fact that, a lot of people, I think the majority of people are just one or two unexpected events away from being in a place where they could find themselves without a home. Or without, the things that I think a lot of us sometimes people take for granted. So I'm always very conscious of that. So I've always appreciated your effort to addressing that situation, trying to make an impact in that area, because it's something that's very much needed. And again, just kudos to you, man.
Appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely.
Much love.
Absolutely.
Much love. And speaking of struggle, tell us about some of the struggle that you've endured out in Oklahoma and Texas, and how you overcame that to be in the position that you're in.
Oh, well, man, look, anytime I think maybe you grow up, as one of those people who maybe just didn't have a silver spoon, or, just come from a pretty low level of income, I'll say. Yeah. You're always going to find yourself in situations to where you're faced with challenges pretty regularly, of course, trying to better your situation, and depending on your environment, where you grow up, that only looks like a couple of different ways. And, they call it the trap for a reason, because it really can be a trap. It's easy to fall into it. But just growing up, what I'm saying, it's not well off. You run into those challenges, but, navigate those waters. Bumped my head a lot as a kid, used to be a knucklehead. And the thing is, right, like I had my father was a good man, and he gave me the answers, right? Mm-hmm. But as a young man who thought he knew more than he did, I went out there and had to figure it out for myself. Mm-hmm. I wish, I say now, I wish I had listened to my father, mm-hmm. Who, like I said, gave me the game, but just, young fool, made some mistakes in my youth, but allowed me to learn a lot. I really did, was fortunate enough to get out of there with, not unscathed, got some scars, you know what I'm saying? But I was able to learn a lot and grow as a person. and just move forward, and found myself in a couple of fortunate situations, very blessed to be given a few opportunities and be able to make the most of those opportunities. Got into the radio business at the, right out of high school.
Oh, yeah.
Something that I kind of fell into, not anything that I ever thought I was going to do.
Really?
And here I am 19 years later, with all that experience under my belt. And like I said, a lot learned. So
What is your passion? What do you enjoy?
my passion, look, man, there are things that I do enjoy, right? My passion is anything that will improve the situation.
Yeah.
And I really mean that, because I'm very open to exploring, what life throws at me.
Yeah.
And I've always found that when I open myself up and I make that conscious decision to sit there and open myself up to the universe and really talk to God, and not to preach here or anything, but when I find when I do that,
Mm-hmm.
that's when things start happening. And even recently, I opened myself up and said, take me where you want me to go, and doors open, things happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, my passion is just, I guess, life,
Yeah.
experiencing, like I said, navigating the waters, which aren't always smooth.
Mm-hmm.
But they say, smooth waters never made a good sailor, so.
How do you navigate through that? Those tides.
I mean, you got to take it as it comes, and again, that's where I do credit, some of my upbringing and making those mistakes at a young age, to where now I'm a little bit more seasoned. I don't want to say I'm old, I'm just a little seasoned.
I love it.
Young man, which now, as a seasoned gentleman, like I was saying, I'm able to have learned from those experiences. So now when I encounter certain things, I know how to maneuver a little bit better than I did when I was that young knucklehead, So very grateful again. And that's one thing I always encourage people to remember, who were going through a tough time, a challenging time, something that at that moment feels like, why is this happening?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it is happening to you, and it is happening for a reason, because the next time that something comes around, you'll be wiser, stronger, and smarter. So,
Mm.
yeah.
Just be a preacher. Yo, tell us about your basketball skills, though. You play ball, man?
So I used to. I love basketball.
Okay.
Love playing basketball. It's great exercise and it's fun. So here's the problem. So here's a couple of things. So I used to love playing basketball. I used to play basketball, and this was when I was a youth.
Yeah.
When I was that young crazy kid.
Not seasoned.
No, not seasoned. Not seasoned. Pre-seasoning. I was just love playing basketball. So a couple of things, man. I used to be really quick, have a good shot. The thing is, right, as everyone else kept getting taller, I didn't. So I stopped growing. That became a problem. But I was still quick, and I had that good shot. Well, as you get a little older, that quickness kind of fades a little bit, especially when you don't keep up with it. And so I wasn't quick anymore. I could at least shoot the ball. Don't have that anymore either. So I think my effective playing days are over, but I still like to get out there and have a little bit of fun. AKA, or I should say, hashtag splash Sosa. That's the hashtag.
Splash Sosa.
Good. Bang! One time. Come on.
Hey, I love that. I love it so much. Man. So are you an OKC fan or what?
I am. I'm an Oklahoma City Thunder fan.
Chris Paul. What do you think about that?
Well, the funny thing is, Chris Paul actually played technically in Oklahoma City before, because whenever the Hornets had to leave New Orleans, that's Oklahoma City hosted them, so they used that facility. So Chris Paul was always a favorite of the community in Oklahoma City, because that year that they played out of Oklahoma City, and that is actually what led to Oklahoma City being approved to get a team. So it all makes sense. It's just full circle. It's a full circle journey. But yeah, he's there now, helping these young guys get better. Look, Oklahoma City's in a good place. Obviously, we're not having our best year, but they're competing with everybody, and they're getting some pretty good wins along the way. Group of young guys.
They need the Rockets too, right?
Come on now.
Yeah,
Come on now.
I I like that.
Yeah.
That's Houston though. That's against it.
Well, I know. But listen, Oklahoma City's my team because we both got into Oklahoma City the same year. So 2008,
I see.
we touched down together.
Okay.
And I've just been riding that wave ever since, man. The energy is so real. I mean, they sell out Chesapeake Energy Arena every single game. And the appreciation for that team there is unlike anything I've ever personally seen. I know there's a lot of passionate fans out there for a lot of teams, but man, the energy is so real over at Chesapeake Energy Arena. Used to be the Ford Center, but
what do y'all think about Kevin Durant though? Taking that breath.
I'm on camera. Nothing but love, Katie. Nothing but love.
Nothing but love, Katie. Oh, I wonder what names they associate with Katie now in Oklahoma City.
I hear they use the word cupcake a lot.
Cupcake.
Hey, that's not me saying that.
Yeah.
That's not me saying that.
But the Spurs, they were using Kawhi. They were like saying Kawhi in a river. They were saying stuff like that. So about three left, but yeah, Noel, man, we really appreciate you being here on Willow Street Hope, and like if you have one thing to say to an audience, like do you to essentially inspire hope into a crowd of people who are maybe looking to question about what you were saying earlier about why am I going through this, what would you recommend for the message that you would instill into someone like that who's going through that struggle?
Well, just don't ever forget that the sun only comes up after the dark. That tomorrow will come. Just make sure you rise with that next sunshine. Sometimes, man, we find ourselves in a position to where it just feels like everything around us is crumbling. Well, you know what? There can always be that rebirth. Tomorrow's a fresh start, and it's not easy. I'll never lie to anybody and say, hey, this is going to be an easy thing to fix. But just know, it's just like when you're exercising, you feel that burn and it hurts. You're becoming stronger. And so become stronger, embrace it, understand it, and accept it. You ain't got to like it. None of us like feeling that way. But tomorrow the sun will rise. Make sure you rise with it. And just continue to grow, learn from those lessons, because that's what they are. L's aren't losses, they're lessons. So just, I encourage you to keep the faith, stay strong, find some things that motivate you to keep you focused, whether that's, your family, your children, loved ones, friends, or just love and appreciation for yourself and who you are independently. I think there's a lot of strength in that too, to understand that every day is a gift. Not everybody's given that gift. I'm at the seasoned age now where I tell people when my birthday comes around, and I tell this when other people are celebrating their birthdays, I always remind them. I say, look, I'm at the age to where I don't count the years anymore, but I will never stop counting the blessings. Because to say that you have made it another full calendar is a blessing. Because how many people haven't? How many people are not here today? Folks that we've lost along the way. So I would just encourage you to remember that tomorrow will be here, and you should be here too. And to, again, grow, gain strength, learn from those lessons, and may you be blessed.
Yeah, man. Noel, one more thing.
Sure.
I would say you're one of the top hustlers here in Northwest Arkansas. And we were talking about your work schedule from 5 a.m. all the way up to 6 p.m.
And beyond.
and beyond. But I respect that, and I just kind of want to highlight that about what inspires you to put all your energy into hustling like that, and trying to get to where you want to be.
So, at this particular point in my life, just to be specific about where I am right now, because I haven't always had that schedule or been asked to work like that, or but I'm devoting my full effort into my current situation here at Perry Broadcasting. For one, I believe in this company because this company has given me every reason to. I've seen how they have impacted the lives of people who are referred to as their employees, but truly Perry Broadcasting tries to treat their employees like family, and it really is that type of atmosphere, which is something you just do not find in business that often. So these are genuinely good people. Mr. Russell Perry, the owner and CEO of the company, his son Kevin Perry, who is really handling a lot of day-to-day operations. I mean, those are just good people who have blessed me. I mean, think about it. I've worked for the company, what would that be, 12 years. So this year, my daughter will be 18 years old and graduated. So when I got with the company, she was literally a child, 6 years old. And I've been able to raise her because of the blessings that this company has bestowed upon me, with the opportunities that they have allowed me to reap the benefits of and take advantage of. So I'm very grateful for that. They didn't have to give me that chance. They didn't have to do those things for me. But they did. They took in a young kid who at the time was still half a knucklehead when they met me.
Preseason?
Yeah. But they allowed me the opportunity to grow as a professional and as a man. And you just don't, you don't get blessed like that so often. So I'm fully committed to the company and what we're doing here in Northwest Arkansas specifically, because this area has a lot of growth, a lot of seasoning that it needs itself. Time to spice it up a little bit, and we can be a great vehicle for that effort. And it's my goal to make sure we're very present in that effort. So I believe in what we're doing. I believe in the company, and I believe in Northwest Arkansas, and I believe it can all come together. I truly do. That's why I work the way I do. I mean, I'm not chasing my tail here. I'm trying to make progress. And so I truly, again, it's just my belief in all those things that I mentioned, that it can happen, that it will happen, and that we can not just preserve the things we have gained, but also, like I said, progress and move forward to reach new heights as a company, as a community, all the above. So I just again, I'm a believer, and so I'm working to realize those goals and aspirations.
Yeah, well, sweet, Noel. I believe in you.
My man, thank you, sir, and I believe in you, man.
Yes.
Again, love the work that you've done up to this point. I encourage you to keep doing the work. Listen, that's a real situation. I actually have a colleague, and I won't even put too much information out there about it, but just the other day was sharing with me, he spent an amount of time not having a home, and some of the challenges that come with that. So again, it's a very real situation, something that will continue to be a real situation, but something that, one thing I always remember, something that I heard, they said you can judge a society off of those who have the least. So, let's remember that. Let's keep that in mind. Let's look how we treat those who have the least, because that is where we can truly be judged. So let's do some work, man. And again, keep it up. Appreciate you.
Appreciate your wisdom, man.
My friend.
We're going to be collaborating in the future.
Yes.
So everyone support Noel Sosa.
Yeah. Shout out to you watching, and those of you been hanging live. Hey.
Yes.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate you guys, and have a good day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kiss NWA online, Kiss 105.3 and 1340. Thank you for your support.
Willow Street Hope, QuinnChildress.com, Insta Fed Childress, follow, and Noel Sosa on social media as well.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all have a good night.